Rajiv, I'm going to take the liberty of citing something that the former semi-chief M. Damodran had once said. He said he met you at a conference and you had just taken over as MD, and he told you that you're taking over from your father, the great Rahul Bajaj. You've got big shoes to fill. And ladies and gentlemen, Rajiv Bajaj said, my shoe size is bigger than my father's. Is that true, Rajiv?
See, my father was well known for being very outspoken, you know. And sometimes this used to boomerang on me because he used to annoy people who used to then vent on me. So I think God felt bad about this, and he made my foot size bigger than my father's so that I cannot put my foot in my mouth and talk like he used to talk. You know, so that is why my foot size is bigger than my father's.
Okay. What advice, Rajiv, would you give a leader of tomorrow, possibly your son?
See, I'll share with you some thoughts of the polymath Vaclav Smil, because they resonate deeply with me, and since so many people are on their phones, they're obviously not enjoying our session. So if I say something clever now, they will look up from their phones and listen to us. So these are 5 things that Vaclav Smil said, which I tell my people, and maybe through this, my son is also going to listen to it, because otherwise sons don't easily listen to what fathers have to say. You know, so 5 simple thoughts of wisdom, I think. The first thing he said is read widely and with maximum curiosity. You know, for example, people think I'm weird when I say that my motorcycle strategy is defined more by yoga and homeopathy than by anything else. You know, but learning from yoga and homeopathy has taught me how to make a better motorcycle. So keep learning, read widely and with maximum curiosity. The second thing he said is keep reality first and theory last. You know, managers have to be very pragmatic. नहीं तो हम लोग के मीटिंग में तो क्या खाली ऊपर ऊपर की बातें होती है, तो यू हैव टू धरती पे आओ थोड़ा, यू नो. सो बी वेरी प्रैक्टिकल, बी वेरी pragmatic, keep reality first and theory last. The third thing he said is leave money and status out of it. Basically pursue excellence in what you do, not because money, value, valuations, market cap, मतलब market में टोपी लगाना as we call it, and you know, status, fame, name, nahi. Chase excellence, money and fame will chase you. The fourth thing he said is manage your identity. Know who you are and stand there, you know. You know, I won't take his name, but you know the famous story of the businessman who said to himself that because I make good beer, which gives people a high, I can also give them a high by starting an airline. And then you know what happened. So manage your identity. Apni औकात में रहो, अपने पतलून में रहो, as we say. So that's the fourth thing he said, which means focus, keep your focus. And finally, very important, I think, have skin in the game, which means commitment. I mean, if we say today that we are committed to the future, it's because we have skin in the game. We just put out in July the world's first CNG motorcycle. Nobody's done it before, with fantastic benefits in terms of pollution, congestion, running costs for the Aam Aadmi. And we are investing heavily behind our electric scooters and 3-wheelers. So, you know, these are the kind of values I would like to believe that all of us at Bajaj, and hopefully my son too one day, will imbibe and exhibit.
Right. You've spoken about building value, something that lasts, something that is pragmatic, and dharti pe raho. That is something very important, an advice that we need to give to startups possibly and leaders of tomorrow. Rishad, as one of the leading software and IT companies in the world, you must be meeting a lot of startups every day. So when somebody gives you a pitch saying that we'll achieve unicorn status in 5 months, or we have a valuation of, say, $5 billion, $6 billion, how do you see those statements?
Look, that's the first red sign in my view, Parikshit. I mean, you know, you've got to focus, as I love what Rajiv said, and you've got to focus ultimately on building businesses that sustain, and then ultimately value will come. You cannot start your journey saying, I want to build a value of X, Y, and Z. That's, you know, very turning off. And so that's a first red sign that pops up when people talk about valuation as opposed to building valuable businesses. And I think, frankly, I know there's some venture people in the room. I just find that we've overhyped in our country this whole focus on unicornism. Right? We celebrate that too much, and there are thousands and thousands of other companies that don't make it but serve a need and are successful, but they don't make unicorn valuation, and it doesn't make them non-successful companies.
Rajiv, today, the automobile industry, and same for Wipro, the IT industry is going through a lot of disruptions. AI is the biggest disruption, and in EVs, the technology is a major issue. Nobody knows where we will finally go. You've often said that this is a moment of reckoning for the automobile industry. The battle is between the established mainstream auto players and how they embrace the new technology, and the startups, or upstarts, as you call them. So who's winning, and what's going to define who wins this battle? And who lasts for the next 75 years?
So there are three terminologies here. There is startup, then there is a word which I like to call most of them, which is upstart, and then us, the winners or the champions, right? So I must explain what is the difference in my mind between a startup and an upstart. In my mind, startups are those who have a build strategy. They build technology, they build brands, they build products, they build consumer experiences, they build employee satisfaction, they build a strong top line, but they also build a strong bottom line. Upstarts are those who don't have a build strategy. They have a burn strategy. They burn technology, i.e. their batteries. They burn brands by reducing price every month. They burn products in their factory, in the truck, at the dealership, on the road. They burn employee relationships with 50% attrition. They burn consumer relationship with poor service. This is burn strategy. So this is upstart versus startup. Now, as far as startups and champions are concerned, they are the same actually. The only difference between a company like Wipro and Bajaj or a so-called startup is that we are startups with a story, because we've been around for long enough to have built a story. I just told you a little bit about my story. Rishad just told you a little bit about Wipro's story. So a legacy company, I mean, they try to imply that legacy means old, you know. And the point is...
Sounds very good, does it, Rishad?
No, but there are some startups which are also not born yesterday. They are 5, 10, 15, 20 years old themselves. तो ठीक है यार, हम लोग बुजुर्ग हो गए, लेकिन तुम्हारा बचपन कब तक चलेगा, you know? So you can't keep calling yourself a startup forever. So a legacy company is nothing but a startup with a story. And frankly, the best of both worlds happens when companies like ours dedicate 10 to 20% of their resources, in my opinion, to have a startup within itself. The Freedom CNG motorcycle, the Chetak electric scooter, the E-3-wheeler, electric 3-wheeler we are making, this is nothing but a startup within a legacy company, and this is how you carry your company from your present activities into the future. So that's my definition of upstart, startup and champions. But if you give me another 30 seconds, I want to share with you what Piyush Bhai once told me in this regard, because these startup wale are very kind of intimidating because they are from the IITs and the IIMs and all that. हम लोग तो ऐसे मतलब backyard में पड़े हुए लोग हैं.
And they say that they put ice cubes in their water to drink.
Yeah, like we have oats for breakfast, but that's a different story. But I will share with you a quote that Piyush Bhai told me in this regard, and this is what I would like to say to these upstarts. And the quote is like this: फर्क बहुत है आपके और हमारे तालीम में. फर्क बहुत है आपके और हमारे तालीम में. आपने उस्तादों से सीखा है, हमने हालातों से.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, both Rishad and Rajiv. I'll take my final set of questions. It's been a very interesting conversation over the last half an hour or so. Rishad, what I would like to understand from you, today when AI is disrupting the world like never before, in 10 years, 15 years, where do you want to see Wipro as a company? If you're setting a benchmark, what is that one vision you go to office every day?
It's in the world where technology is changing as disruptively as it is, it's very difficult to sort of focus on where you want to be as a company specifically in terms of what you want to focus on. But if you ask me, the one thing that the journey we are on is, right, how do we go from being a good company to a great company? right? And what does a great company look like? A great company consistently wins. A great company has the agility of a startup, is able to constantly reinvent itself. A great company is able to attract the best people, keep the best people, and sort of be relevant to customers in the long term, right? And be a port of call for customers. So that's the journey we're on. And if you ask me, the one thing that I spend most of my time on, somebody said this to me, and I really believe this, which is, leaders are not in charge of things, they're in charge of people who are in charge of things. And so the one thing I spend most of my time is, how do you get the best people working for the organization? How do you get people who are infinitely better than you, who know they're better than you know they're better than them, they should have your job. Keep them in the organization. And how do you get the next level and the next level and the next level of the organization to attract those kinds of people? And it's actually very hard, because all of us are human, all of us are threatened, all of us are insecure at times. But that's the big journey. How do you get the best people that allows you to get to the kind of organization that you want to be in 10 to 15 years? And the second thing I would say is deep prioritization, deep, unrelenting focus. Right? It's very easy for organizations to derail, and how do you stay completely focused?
Right. Rajiv, we have to end, but very briefly, you've once said, and that became viral, that champions eat oats for breakfast. What more do champions need to do in order to win in the future and continue winning?
Well, again, it comes back to being agile, to adapting to the future, and doing it in a certain way. Again, to explain myself, I will use my experience from yoga. Guruji Iyengar once told me, the purpose of yoga is not the asana. The purpose of yoga is to use the asana to know yourself. So once you're on the mat, and when you start bending and twisting and stretching, you discover yourself. So in the same way, whether we have to win startup or no startup there, what would be my goal? My goal actually is, just as when I'm on the mat, my goal is to keep making adjustments in an asana, finer and finer adjustments, till I reach a point, as Guruji taught me, when I'm absolutely at ease, I'm absolutely comfortable, I'm in my center, my mind is at ease, my breath is at ease, my body is at ease. There is nothing left to be done. I can share this with you. Shah Rukh said to me once that his father's advice to him was, "Jo kuch nahi karte, wo kamal karte." Now I cannot say it the way Shah Rukh says it, but just run it through your mind. "Jo kuch nahi karte, wo kamal karte hain." That's how he said it. So that's what Guruji was telling me.
Right.
It's not about doing more; it's doing less. So my goal at Bajaj actually to win is, Bajaj should become the most boring company to work in.
Okay.
Whether you're working in R&D, operations, supply chain, marketing, there is no need for so much activity and noise and strife on a daily basis.
Okay.
It should be a very calm, a very peaceful, a very simple, a almost boring place to work.
All right.
Because जो कुछ नहीं करते वो कमाल
Kamal karte hai. All right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll end. A big round of applause for Rishad and Rajiv for giving us their playbook for the future. Definitely a masterclass. Thank you very much in the audience for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next session.